Hey, I'm Travis Deans. It's February 20th, and I'm at the iPromise event, which our Fayette County Youth Network, youth pastors in this area plan each year. And there's about 170 students, youth leaders, parents here tonight. And we had some appetizers and just had a fun time a little bit ago. Right now, Michelle Georgiana is speaking to students about masks, taking off masks and putting on God's truth. And so we're just going to hear a little bit of that and get a view of what's going on here.
I realize you're going to date, so for me to stand here and say, don't date, is just something that's not going to happen. So I realize you're going to date, but when you're dating, you need to have some safe dating guidelines. Guys, let me talk to you for a minute. Ready, dudes? Got your ears open? I said it earlier, but I'll just restate it. Girls are emotional, right? They thrive on words of affirmation, so I want to throw out a caution flag. God created us to be emotional, so being emotional isn't a bad thing, girls. It's not a bad thing, okay? God made us that way. And I haven't met a woman yet who doesn't have a range of emotions. If somebody knows one out there, I need to talk to her, okay? We all got it. And I don't understand this, guys, either. And I wasn't always this way, but girls get really giddy, yeah? Like they hear something exciting and they get like this giddiness. You know what I'm talking about. You're giving that look. Yeah. Girls get real excited, they get really giddy, and like they love to pour their hearts out. They love to share things with people, and they love to have that connection. But I need to tell you guys, don't prey on emotions. See, if you're telling them something like, there's no one in the world like you, and you're the most beautiful thing that I've ever seen, she can't help that. She can't help that. So if you walk away from her, and she's thinking that she's not beautiful enough anymore, or she's not smart enough anymore, or that there's somebody else now out there like her, you're setting her up for this emotional disarray. If you want to compliment her, but compliment her on things that she can handle, she can change, things that she can help. You're talented, you're creative, you're intelligent. Those are all things that we can work towards and we can improve. God made me and formed me this way, girls, and that's what I want to talk to you about. He made me this way. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made in His eyes and in His sight. He knitted me together. He knows the hairs on my head. He knows how many I have white and how many you have highlighted. Okay? He knows. He knows. He knows. He knows every intricate part of you. He knew you when you were knitted together in your mother's womb. He knows. Don't doubt who you are. Know who you are in Jesus Christ. Know who you are. Because you can't go out to be some wife and to be some girlfriend. You can't go out and do that if you aren't sure of who you are. You've got to know that you know that you know who you are so that you can give sacrificially to the other person. And if they walk away or they break your heart, that you are still grounded in Jesus. You are still grounded in Jesus. I can't get my assurance of who I am through you. I have to get it from there. I need to quit looking horizontal, and I need to go vertical. I need to go vertical. Proverbs 4:23 says this, above all else, guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life. It's important that we are careful about giving our affections, our emotions, because our heart influences everything else in our life. A mask that we need to understand is that true beauty isn't what our TVs are showing us and the Photoshop magazines are showing us. It's not even what you see when you look in the mirror. I don't have my Bible here, so let's pretend this is my Bible. You know what true beauty is? Is when I can open up the Word of God and I can see who I am in Jesus Christ through that Word. That I'm Ephesians 5:1, that I'm an imitator of Christ. That I am loved, that I am patient, which He has displayed. Right? That's what it is. It's not the mirror hanging up in the bathroom, and it's not what everybody else is saying, but it's who I know that I am in Jesus from knowing His Word. That's the reflection I need to look at. That's the one where I need to check. That's where the true beauty lies. I'm going to give you an example of a jar. This has been in my mind for over a year now. I even shared part of this last year, but let's pretend I had a jar, and it might be up a slide, Heather, I don't know. I had a jar, and every day I put $1 in it, okay? In 90 days, I have $90. In 60 days, I have $60. In 120 days, I have $120. But I had foresight that on the 225th day, which is $225, somebody was going to steal that. Let's pretend that I knew that. However, I knew that. Would I keep putting my $1 in there? If If you knew someone was going to take you $225 in 225 days, would you keep putting money in there? Right? So if you're in a relationship and the chances, which is less than 2% of marrying the person you date in high school, is going to take your heart or take your emotion or any knowledge that you've given them and start running around like an unloaded cannon, are you going to keep putting your stuff in the jar? You need to have some caution in what you're sharing, physically, emotionally, mentally, what you're pouring into this, financially, because the reality is that less than 2% of people get married once they're in high school. It happens, but chances today are less than it was in